Today we're going to be taking a look at the ever so gorgeous Sivga Luan headphones. Now you all know whenever I test headphones, whether that be low end or high end, heck up to the $8,000 price range we have covered here, I always stick to and focus on that gamer's experience. And that's exactly what I'm going to deliver to you here with the Sivga Luan. Are they good for gaming? But before we get into the Sivgas, a word from our sponsor that I can guarantee you is good for gaming. That is Corsair and their new Virtuoso Pros.
I'm going to be hanging out with you guys.
If you want to find out more information on the new Corsair Virtuoso Pros, the links will be right down in the description. So kicking it off with what you get in your box, of course you're going to get your headset, and Sivga has a black version, but I will tell you their black version is more or less like a really dark kind of cherryish wood. Definitely more darker than cherry, but it's not black. It's kind of like the accessories are black, but then the wood is a dark brown. Anyways, you get your cable here, left and right, and then you get this nice hard case, like super hard. Kind of looks like, whatever. We'll leave that alone. Anyways, you get the case, and again, the headset sits right in there in a little packet for your cables. Now, you all know I always kick off my headsets or headphone videos with comfort, because that is number one. But with the Sivgas, I'm going to compile 3 segments into one. That's going to be style, comfort, and then build. And again, it's going to be kind of mix match throughout through here, just kind of mashed together here and there. And I want to kick it off with the style. So as you're looking at it right here, again, you got the grates, because yes, they are open back. You got these nice metal forks going into these metal brackets up here into the metal headband. So just looking at it, and again, yes, you do have that real wood going around here. And like I say, the black one's more or less a dark wood. So looking at, again, the combination of the build and the style, like, I can't say it enough. I don't know if the camera or even pictures online give it justice, but this is like a piece you want to hang on the wall and be able to look at. It's like, oh man, they just look so good and well thought out, you know what I mean? And I'm going to dive more into the build here, but I just wanted to show you that design where, again, you got all of that metal and then into the wood right here. It's just sleek. It's kind of modern, but still classic. Just looks very good. But again, as far as comfort, let's kick it off with putting on a scale. Since I just mentioned wood and all that metal, you're probably thinking super heavy. When we slap it on a scale here, we are getting 336 grams. So it's not incredibly heavy. It honestly isn't in the hand, or even when you put it on your head, it's not ridiculously heavy. Now, as you've been seeing me moving around, you got a little bit of swivel right here. Not full swivel, but plenty. This is all you need, but no, you're not going to be able to lay it flat on your chest, which I personally never do, because then it feels like it's choking me. As far as the headband up here, you kind of got like, I don't want to say that floating headband design, because it does adjust on the arms right out there, right? So it's actually sliding between this little bit. So if you want to go fully big, bam, you can slide it. And it has some tension. It has some nice tension. And then you can see it's sitting right up there on top of the headband. So I think for big heads, you'll be plenty of fine. And then if you want to go small, and again, I can't stress it enough, really nice tension. And I've been using the heck out of this headset for over a month, and it's still holding that tension really nice. And then you can see if you got a smaller head, you have that as well. Now let me stretch this back out and show you this headband. As you see up here, you got these little padded notches, and I really like that. So it's not like a pad where it's just going to hit you in the middle. It's going to disperse that weight all the way across your head right there, which is really nice. Now let's take a look at these ear pads. This is something really cool. I love them. Number one, look how big they are. Let's measure these bad boys. So there you can see they're almost like pure circles. And then if we pull them this way, I mean, super wide. Now if you look at the depth, now they kind of angle out a little bit right there. which is probably going to play in the sound, which I'm going to talk about here shortly, but still, they're plenty deep. Now, it's almost like, I don't know what to call this, like a cloth, but it almost has like a smooth texture. I don't know, really interesting right there. Then you see you got the perforations inside, and then you got that leather on the outside there. Now, when you press down, they're almost like memory foam. Super plush, but they're really nice. Talking about memory foam rather than just basic foam, whenever they press down and conform to your head, they're going to hold that shape. And I can't stress it enough. When I take this headphone and put it on my head, I'm not getting any pressure points with a hat, with glasses on, or anything like that. The clamping force is right below medium into that light range right there. It's not super light, like it's staying put, but it's not gripping onto my head by any means. Now, of course, I don't game with the hat on, and have to adjust it a little bit. And then when I sit here, still incredibly comfy for my bald head over here. It's just wrapping right around. It's like, gosh, I can't state it enough. This headphone is so stinking cozy. Now, again, I wanted to talk more about that build. And as you see me stretching this headphone apart, I'm not worried. I'm just not. When I twist it up, like it just knotted up right there. And I am not worried about it one bit. Again, it feels incredibly premium. And in like a lot of headphones or headsets, I always mention, okay, well, it's metal here, plastic there, metal there. Well, no, here it's going metal, 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 metal. Every point is covered. Now, yeah, down here we're going into the wood, but we got that metal notch. I don't know if it's a screw or whatever that's going into there, but it's going into that wood and then being held on. But I do not get one bit worried. I get more worried that I don't want to like scratch it or ding it because it looks so dang good. But as far as the build, like I'd be confident just chunking these in a bag and getting going. But of course you do get that nice case. So again, comfort, build, style, check, check, check. I think they get a complete pass in those three. Now let's go ahead and talk about the sound of the Sivga headphone here. And this was really interesting and honestly kind of made me nerd out a little bit, right? Because I've been testing this headphone for, like I stated, over a month. Sivga emailing me, hey, you still gonna post that video? But anyways, as far as the sound of these core specs, 50mm drivers, frequency range of 20 to 40,000, but who cares? We don't care about those numbers. I want to give you my raw gamer's experience, and I'm testing these on console and PC. When I'm on console, mainly Diablo, a little bit of Forza, and then when we're coming over to a PC, tons of Destiny, and dabbling with a little bit of Halo right there. So we kind of got a variety of games. And by the way, when I'm on PC, I'm always plugged into my iFi Zen amp DAC combo right there. Now, again, as you can see, they are open back as well. So I want to read this. This is funny. This is straight from Sivga's website. And I haven't looked at this other than today. Again, I've been testing this headset for over a month, if not 2 months, or headphones. And then I just looked at this here. I didn't look at any information of this, right? So this is funny. Description: high definition sound, deep and clear bass, smooth, full and layered mid frequencies, delicate and non-sharp treble. All right, did you guys just hear all that? You can go to Sivga's website and read that right there. It was so funny when I just looked at that this morning, because I was looking at the driver size and stuff, and I saw that, I said, what the heck? Just seriously took the words out of my mouth. No joke, no exaggeration. That's the sound profile of this headphone. It really is. So I want to talk mainly about Destiny, because that's what I play the most and where I can really differentiate sounds right there. You all know I'm not a big open back fan in the first place. I do enjoy them, but why I say I'm not a big fan is I got dogs, I got a kid, I got a wife. My house can get kind of noisy sometimes. And then at night, of course, it lets that sound radiate out. So with this, as far as being open back though, I didn't get a lot of that expansion like I do with, say, for example, the Virtuosos I just talked about, or some other open backs before. I didn't get that. And I think why that was because that bass, where it says deep bass and then it says smooth. Now hold on, because when it says deep bass, I'm not talking it's thumping, it's rumping, and it's bumping, right? That's not the kind of bass. It's that bass that's working with the mids, and it's smooth right there. It's not harsh by any means in the bass. It's not bumpy, and that goes right with the trebles. You got your highs, but they're smooth. They're not sharp. You know what I mean? You all know I kind of like that smiley curve a lot, right? I don't want to put this as flat, but I put it down here and then maybe a little beep right at the end. I would say the EQ would be, right? So playing Destiny, I caught myself getting into like, you know, deep battles. Like when I'm just walking and hearing dialogue or in a tower or whatever, perfectly fine, right? Perfectly fine. But then when I get into a deep battle, I want to be like immersed, or I want to hear that and then that grenade going off, man. I just love it. I want that and I want to feel that. I didn't get that here. I didn't get that. And that's kind of a disappointment because me, you know, I like to get immersed and really pulled into my games, and sound does it for me. That's why I nerd out about sound, right? Sound really does that for me. So if I talk Diablo, where it's kind of constant and you got a lot of, it's like no matter what, there's something going on, I was quite fine with this because it wasn't overboard, right? It wasn't like, oh my gosh, please let me get out of this battle because it's just constant and it's, you know, all these highs, all this bass. It was, you know, this kind of like brought it down. It's like, all right, I'm going to battle. Cool. You know what I mean? So that I could get down with, you know, and that goes same with like a racing game like Forza. It's not screechy. The crowd's not hollering in your ears or anything like that, you know? Now, as far as Halo, what I didn't like about it, again, with that bass being real soft, and I say this before, I feel like Halo is definitely more of like a bass-oriented footstep FPS type of game. I didn't get that here because, again, it was so kind of soft, you know, and if you got a gunshot or a grenade, it just put that even more distance, right? You kind of want your footsteps to be a little brought out a little bit more. And this being so soft, again, with open back, the footsteps were just gone. So FPS, nah, no way. I think if you're talking something like Diablo where it's constant, you just want something kind of like you can sit back and enjoy and have a good time, that's what this really did. You know, and that's the hard differentiating right there. You talk Diablo, you talk Destiny, which are kind of similar, right, as far as action-packed going on. But I think with Destiny, you wanted a little bit more of that pull-in, right, where it's not as constant as Diablo, and I didn't get that. So what Sivga's saying right there, like, I mean, they hit the nail on the head. Like, that is what this is. And I would class it as just a comfortable, easy listening experience. That's what it was. You know, would I say it's great for gaming? Probably not, for my experience, okay? And that's a review, is just my time with it. It's maybe exactly what you're looking for. I want to pull out, again, a couple different examples here real quick. So you're hearing me talk about this being, again, kind of an easy listening experience. I pulled out a balanced cable, my Meze silver-plated balanced cable, and I said, because I've been testing this with a lot of other headphones, and it really brought them out to something, especially with over here with the Corsairs. When I pulled these out, really made those highs a whole lot more sharp. Plugging this into this, I thought I'd get it. I was like, all right, maybe I'll get that excitement that I want for Destiny. Well, I didn't. It really didn't pull anything out for the Sivgas here. And that's even going on my iFi amp when I pressed like X boost or the 3D sound. It didn't pull anything else out, which was weird. I couldn't morph this headset into a different sound, right? With dabbling with different devices. So that was kind of interesting. It was kind of like, this is what it is and that's what you get, right? So anyways, I want to talk about again, the Corsair Virtuosos, again, kind of a little bit more exciting, in your face, maybe say gamer, you know, immersion, in that, you know, when it's hitting, it's hitting, and when it's screeching, it's screeching. It's definitely a little bit more of an earful than the Sivgas. Again, back to a smooth, easy listening experience. The other one I was kind of comparing it up to, just trying to stay somewhat similar, seeing like, okay, what's this price range? What are we looking at? And we're going down the line here, looking at my Meze 99 Neos. This is like the end of, again, they're closed back, so remember that. Punchy, you're getting that bass, and playing Destiny, this kind of gave me what I wanted. I got a video coming up on these, so make sure to subscribe and hit that bell, because it's going to be a pretty good one. But anyways, you got that punchy bass, in your face immersion when you wanted it, you know what I mean? It was not easy listening like this, you know what I mean? So again, you got kind of like two different scenarios while I was testing this, with the open back with a little more kind of in your face and the highs and stuff like that. This in your face and the bass. This over here is just, again, you're probably catching my drift. It's definitely an easy listener. Now, going right in line with me saying the sound is definitely personal preference, and if it's for you, it's for you. That's really going to play a lot into, again, the value of this headphone, coming in at $300. It nailed the first three things that I think are incredibly important. the style, the build, and the comfort. It nailed those, right? The sound being, well, okay, that's that final bit that you got to cover being personal preference. And when you look at this at $300, you have a lot of headphones to choose from. You got a whole bunch out there, right? And that's where you need to round it out. I'll tell you, the first three things out of this park, good to go. But if that sound is what you're looking for, then you justify the $300. But if you're just trying to dabble and you want to dance around and play with a new pair of headphones, take everything I said into account, really think about that sound, because again, at $300, you got a lot to choose from. So anyways, thank you so much for coming by and watching this headphone review. Again, I've been testing this one for so long, trying to wrap my head around it. You know, it was a tough one and a really fun one. I love a challenge when it comes to audio, and this one really put me to the test. I had a blast. I hope I was able to help you guys out with my raw user's experience take right here. If I was, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.